Royal author and expert Clive Irving highlighted his fears surrounding Prince Charles becoming king. While speaking to Rowan Dean on Sky News Australia, the royal expert insisted Charles was too political, unlike the Queen. He added the Prince of Wales has created an echo chamber rather than encourage opposing views within his circle. The pair agreed this could prove disastrous for the monarchy when he becomes king, as the public already know too much about him. Mr. Dean said, "Supporters of Prince Charles would argue he is actually modernizing the royal family, not a throwback. Explain how you see him as a throwback to the kings of the past." Mr. Irving replied, "Transparency is a double-edged sword. If you're transparent and reveal things that don't really work for you, then it's not a good idea. If you're transparent and openly discuss things which do service to the idea of the monarchy, then it's better. We already know much more than we really would comfortably like to know about Charles' inner life." Beyond this, Mr. Irving argued the Prince of Wales has built an echo chamber around him rather than listen to opposing views. He said, "This is not a good sign. There are some of the hints of a tyrant king about him. He likes to surround himself with sycophants. He would build a court, a kind of echo chamber, to reinforce his own views, and exclude any countervailing views. That's also an autocratic tendency which I think is completely out of tune with the times." The pair also discussed how political the Prince of Wales has been despite being the heir to the throne. They said this would prove very different to the Queen, who has widely remained politically neutral. Mr. Dean said, "Prince Charles has always been a very environmental guy since the 70s, so it is not something new for him. But is new is he has teamed up with very political bodies. No one really cares what the Prince of Wales thinks about preserving the climate. But when he teams up with the likes of the United Nations, the World Economic Forum, the Greta Thunbergs and any number of celebrities, he is playing a political role. Isn't this a major threat to the monarchy?" Mr. Irving agreed and claimed it was much too interventionist. He added, "Prince Charles is entitled to his view on anything and entitled to have discussions about those views privately. But it is not a good idea to advertise his opinions and become a very loud megaphone on subjects of which his knowledge is very thin. It would be far more discreet for him and much more in keeping and fitting with his mother's station and his own future role as the heir if he kept those opinions private."